This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures.
Building your child's financial future starts earlier than you think, and it starts with Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union. With the Kids Credit Union, families can take simple, achievable steps today that lead to big outcomes tomorrow. We believe small, consistent saving habits build confidence, responsibility, and lifelong financial stability. Your child could graduate with up to $10,000 to kickstart their future. We're more than a bank. We're a long-term partner in your child's life. Stop by your local branch today and let's start their journey together.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here filming the Nicky show. As you know, last week, if you watched, I was MIA. Jeremy Inquist had to fill in for me after a quick text. But I'm back to hosting my own show, feeling a little better. And this week, my dad brought in a special guest last week. So this week, I had to bring in my own special guest, Coach Jordan Basil, former Tarp Skunk coach, coached at Fredonia State. Just loves baseball, and I'll let him introduce himself a little bit.
Well, first off, how did Jeremy Inquist do with you gone?
I think he did well.
Did he?
I think he did.
We'll have to evaluate it.
I didn't watch it. I was too sick to watch it.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm Jordan, old Tarp Skunks coach, no longer. Thank you so much for having me, Nick. Appreciate it.
Always. You know, we're going to get to him later on, but, you know, I know that people always like my updates for some reason. They always like when I give little updates.
Yeah.
But a few updates. Baseball's officially over. Took a tough loss in playoffs yesterday. Good team. Hard-fought battle. So no more baseball. Hopefully going to be golfing a little bit more. Gonna get a little hot.
You got to remember, there's still probably baseball in your future, though.
Yeah,
right?
Probably a little bit. Definitely a little bit. Yeah. Some way, somehow. So we're gonna ask Coach a little bit of questions here.
Don't be too hard on me, okay?
All right. First question: when did baseball first become a big part of your life?
Whew. Baseball. Probably when I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. But sports became a huge part of my life at the very beginning. 5 years old, it was golf, bowling, baseball, basketball, football, no matter what it was.
Yeah.
Like, sports were always a big part of my life. Whether I had Motor Madness, used to listen to audio on Motor Madness on the computer. But baseball has always meant anything. But at the same time, when I was, until I got about 15, soccer was my favorite sport. Baseball was my favorite sport, then basketball, then football. It just depended on the season.
Yeah.
Then I fell in love with baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
Just happened.
But that's where it all started.
Yeah. I could probably say the same. You know, started young, sports, soccer, hockey, baseball. Played football 1 year, JV year, 10th grade. Mm-hmm. 1 season for the Red and Green. One onside kick recovery. It's my only stat.
Talk about that real quick.
We're facing Lockport, and basically we weren't really expecting it. We thought they were just gonna kick it deep. But basically just kicked it onside and just jumped right on it.
And then there you came.
Yeah, I was just right there.
Big moment.
Yeah. Next question. Did you always know you wanted to coach?
No, I didn't. When I graduated college, actually when I started college, I thought I was going to be an air traffic controller. That didn't work out. Then kind of going through the process, I went to audio radio. So here we are right now talking audio radio. And then all of a sudden, after college, like, wow, the game is over all of a sudden. Now I'm going to become a coach. Mm-hmm. It was coach or teacher, number one, because I always liked those leadership positions, but it was coaching or teaching, and it became coaching. Mm-hmm. Just because I just fell in love with sports. I'm such a competitor. always where I've been. So I had no idea until the time came. It took me a few years to learn that I probably am a good coach.
That's great. Yeah, sometimes I guess you'll never know what you want to do until sometimes it changes like that.
Yeah.
Another question, probably last question for this segment. You mentioned you fell in love with baseball, but what made you fall in love with baseball out of all those other sports that you played?
Well, the chess game of baseball. I learned more about baseball in the chess game than anything ever. And I felt like I was a professional at it. And I still think I did a great job with it. And that's what made me love baseball.
Yeah. And then last question, also about baseball. Did you growing up playing, or scratch that, what position did you mostly play growing up?
Never had one.
Never had one.
Never had one. They said I could hit, so they put me anywhere.
Really?
So I wish I would have found one earlier, but
yeah. Just all
they
over
put me
the
anywhere,
place.
just put me everywhere.
Yeah.
But I couldn't catch a ball in right field, center field, left field, or even play shortstop. But they said I could hit, so they had to keep me out there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was the first segment. And also, just another note, my dad says that he only brings the famous guys in, but I think I got a little secret treat. So,
Bring them on in later.
yeah, we're going to bring them on later, but stay tuned to see what we got next.
Awesome guy to have on the team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Give me your best Jordan Basil story.
Best Jordan Basil story. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So we are, I don't know what game of the series we're playing, but it's down in junior college for Patrick Henry. And our team is down by, 2-3 runs at this point, later in the innings. And Basil really knows how to fire up a team, and umpire makes a borderline call on somebody. Coach Basil goes down to the umpire, gets tossed. He's getting all rah-rah, gets us all, going. And then as he's leaving the field, gets the dugout up and going. And then that kind of gets us all fired up. We end up coming back and winning the game, which was awesome. So that was one of my favorite Coach Basil stories when he knew what he was doing too. He wanted to get tossed so that he could get us up and going, and it ended up working. So that was awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome story.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
At Wegmans, we've crafted our new sandwiches with layers and layers of deliciousness. Each one is made fresh with our very best ingredients, like hearty breads made with grains from near our stores, premium cheeses, and freshly carved meats. We've packed big, delicious flavor into every bite for sandwiches that are endlessly good.
Jamestown, New York is where innovation meets sustainable growth, fostering a vibrant community of creative, dedicated people who truly love where they live. It's a place where you can build a fulfilling life with excellent schools, quality healthcare, and a cost of living that supports your ideal lifestyle. Blending small-town charm with easy access to big city amenities, Jamestown is the perfect place to live, work, and raise a family. Jamestown, New York, the pearl of opportunity and balance.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Segment 2. Usually, my dad is the one bringing on the famous people, but today I beat him. Thank you, Coach Basil, for making this happen. He's coached a lot of players over the year, but one of the players in particular, Danny Hosley, Savannah Bananas players. Thank you for joining us.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And today we're just going to talk. I'll probably ask you a few questions. You're probably used to it, but first question is, what do you remember most about playing for Coach Basil?
What do I remember most? He was definitely, probably to this day, the most player-friendly coach that I'd played for. He had this ability to read the vibe of the team, kind of understand what, who was running the team, what was going on behind the scenes. He had a really good instinct as a manager to run a ball club. Because each team is unique. You get a bunch of different pieces every year, new guys, new things that can change a locker room. So he understood how to feel the pulse and the vibe of the team and kind of adapt to what his guys needed. So that was my favorite thing about playing for Bays.
Any words on how you kind of did that as a coach?
I'm not really sure. Danny kind of fit into my coaching style. I didn't like baseball for a couple of years, so he said, but he was pretty good at it. He played a lot of positions. I told him he could never play shortstop, though.
Never.
Turns out he could probably play shortstop on any team I ever coached. So he was just as a coach to me as he was a player. So I like the guy.
Yeah, can't hate it. All right, next question. Do you think back then baseball would take you all the way to the Savannah Bananas?
It's hard to even think about back then because I think growing up, every kid wants to be a big leaguer. And the Savannah Bananas really only came onto the scene in about 20, I know they were a summer ball team and they kind of went a little bit viral during their time, but they weren't really in my radar really until 2022, 2023, when I had just finished up my career and had an opportunity to play with them. So I wouldn't say growing up I was dreaming of, being a dancing baseball player, but that's my reality now.
Yeah. The Savannah Bananas, they're still going. I know they're playing at football stadiums now, huge stadiums. I saw them. Well, we actually both saw them back
we went together.
in Buffalo, the Bison
Picture with
Stadium.
this guy.
Yeah, we got a picture with them. I don't know. We probably have that somewhere. I was actually wearing the same T-shirt. It's a little bigger now.
We'll get another one from him.
Yeah, might gotta get another one. But they're just growing every day. I always see them. They're on ESPN now. I was looking for something to watch, and I saw a Savannah Bananas game. I was like, might as well turn it on. They're just growing huge. Another question is, what's one thing Coach taught you that still sticks with you?
I would say one of the biggest things he taught me was play with a smile, man. It's something that I don't think is preached enough in today's game. It's like, it is a game. You got to have fun with it. And I've seen plenty of players not have fun with it, mentally spiral and go into bad places. And, those guys that can smile through it, understand it's a game, understand you're trying to have fun, I usually see come out on the other side still enjoying what they do. So I remember Bays always told me to smile, and I think that's taken me pretty far in my career now. It's still playing to this day, and I think the smile is what gets me through some low slump moments, some bad moments on the mound. It can take you a long way. So
it has to happen naturally, though.
It has to. You can't force it, man.
No.
You can't.
For some reason, I always smiled when I played baseball.
Just play the game.
And I didn't know I was smiling, but it happened.
It comes naturally. You're with all your buddies.
Yeah, and
you're hanging out with the guys all day. You're at the field all day hitting. I mean, you're having fun. It's what you're trying to do out there, right? And the game is just you're supposed to reap the benefits of all your hard work. So it's supposed to be a good time. It's supposed to smile and have a good time. So that's
great. We're gonna ask you a few more questions here. When did baseball become something you really loved?
Ooh, I probably have to say probably at Patrick Henry, honestly. Because like I said, I took a semester off because after high school, I had a really good year, didn't get any of like the college recognition that I thought I deserved. And I realized, you're not entitled to anything in baseball. Got to earn everything. And once I got back, and Basil can attest to this, Patrick Henry was, it wasn't a five-star resort down there. I loved my time at Patrick Henry. Had a great time, but it's that junior college. Like, you're there to grind. You're there to get to the next level. You're there. We're smacking Golden Corrals. We win a series. We're getting double meat. You're just grinding. You're grinding. And those are still the stories I tell. Double meat, man. Double meat.
To say the least, we grinded out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stories that won't be told on CCS-TV.
Yeah.
We grinded.
Could probably think of some stories also throughout high school.
And he's still, that's why he had the best opportunity ever.
Still messing around.
He would have been a big leaguer in my eyes.
Hey, I wish, man. But hey, this is the next best thing.
Yeah. What do you think he would have got drafted to?
That's a long story.
Long story?
But yes.
Yankees? See him as a Yankee player?
I don't know what the Yankees are looking at.
Yeah, I can't grow any facial hair. I think I'd be perfect for the Yankees.
I can't either. Kind of, sort of. But yeah, he could have made it.
Yeah. Another question. This kind of just goes off of what we just talked about. Did you always picture yourself playing at a high level?
I always did, man. Once I got into junior college and understand kind of the college baseball game and everything like that, it didn't really matter where I was. I always pictured myself somehow making it to the big leagues. And even though I didn't make it to the big leagues, I had that confidence internally where I'm like, I could play with the next best guy. I could play with the next best guy. I could be on that field right now. Always telling myself that. Even if it was totally false and blind in my eyes and no one else saw it, I had that confidence in myself, which I think a lot of baseball players need. Even if it's a blind confidence, it's not an arrogance or anything. It's more of just like an internal belief in yourself.
That's great, honestly. You got to play with confidence. If you don't play with confidence, then you're probably not going to get anywhere.
There's only one time in my life that I got on Danny. He was a catcher at Patrick Henry. And I told him he should have stuck the ball. But Danny was actually one of the first of the game that moved.
I was bringing it up, man. I was on it.
And you were right. Danny was right. Danny was right. And I still feel bad about getting on him because he was right. I told him to stick it. And he was
bringing it
pretty
up.
Good catcher. But poor guy had to catch, and then he had to pitch, and then he had to go play other positions.
All over the place.
And then
it's like me in batting practice.
He should have been the shortstop or third baseman,
Yeah.
But I wore him out.
All everywhere. Play everywhere.
Yeah,
utility
a lot of fun.
guy.
Every day was different.
Yeah. Another question for you. What is one piece of advice you would give to like high school kids or just younger kids coming up in a sport?
Man, just coming up. Well, at first I'd kind of, I wish I did this when I was younger. I wish I set my intention. I was kind of in high school. I was playing to play. Playing because I was decent enough at baseball where I'm like, let me play with my buddies, have a good time. And if you want to do that, that's totally fine. But I wish from the jump in high school, because I knew I loved baseball. I knew I could do something with it. But I wish from the jump I had set an intention to be like, I want to play high level baseball. Because that I think would have made a clear focus in my eyes of what I wanted to do and how to get there. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with playing baseball for the fun of it, because if that's what your goal is and you set your intention as that, heck, go do it. But I wish I had done that a little bit earlier. Also probably ate a little bit more, get in the weight room too, the generic stuff. But that would be set your intention on what you want to do, and don't give a crap if some people think it's crazy. If you want to set your intentions on being a big league all-star, go do it, and you better create yourself a plan to go get there. So
yeah. And then, I know the Savannah Bananas, you guys do crazy dances during the games, crazy plays. Have you ever messed up a dance, like during the game?
Absolutely. I think this past weekend I messed up a dance.
Was that at Tennessee?
That was at Knoxville, yeah. I'm normally not a front row guy, but this past week,
I positioned myself strategically in the back of a dance, but turns out we created a tunnel and the guy walked right through and I ended up at the front of the dance. I'm not nervous or anything. I've been there before, done that. But I just remember it was like some footloose dance and, pretty easy choreography to be honest, but just like got lost in the moment because it was about the 7th inning. So I was getting ready to go warm up to close the game. I sprinted down to go get in the dance, messed it up. And I was like, well, we'll be seeing that one later on social media somewhere. So, that was funny. But, yeah, it happens all the time. It's honestly funnier. You're just, we're all baseball players with no background in dance. So it just makes it even funnier, I think, when we mess it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Only 102,000 people in the park, so.
Only 102,000.
Only just a few.
Only 1 or 2 would notice
and
it.
a few more on TV. Just a few
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
But we're going to cut to commercial break, and we're going to see you guys after this.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
All right, there we go. Welcome back, everyone. We have Danny still with us. We're going to pepper him with some more questions.
I'm still here, too.
Yeah, and Coach Basil.
Okay.
Don't forget him. We're going to keep peppering Danny with some questions. He's been giving some great answers. Another question for you to start it off. What was your first ever Bananas game like?
My first Bananas game, I believe, was in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're playing at the Jumbo Shrimp Stadium. So this was, definitely the highest level of, affiliate ball field I played on. So you're talking pristine facilities. Everything just looks really nice and, low cut grass. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like this is what it's like in AAA. I can't imagine what it's like to be in the big leagues. I want to say I remember hitting a sac fly and, moving some runners, just a gritty blue-collar day at the plate. I don't think I got any knocks.
That means so much to me.
It's just like, moving a runner, sac fly, maybe a walk.
Right center?
Yep, sac fly to right center.
Could rely on it.
And how about that? And, yeah, that was my first, I think, memory of playing with the Bananas and just a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Those stadiums are definitely pretty nice.
He's up to like 94 miles an hour now.
94?
At least.
Throwing it. I think it's the adrenaline too from the big league parks. Those big league parks, you get on that mound and it's a little loud in there. Yeah, and I think it definitely pumps you up a little bit.
Yeah,
definitely.
Might have to try that to go hit a PR. Just get in a big league.
Ask him to invite you up there to the big league park.
Exactly. get an inning or something.
Another question for you. What surprised you the most when you joined the Bananas?
Definitely off the bat, the level of play. Man, the guys that we're able to kind of bring in and do. Let's talk about this year too. We have 6 total teams now, so it's formed itself into a league. We've got dudes who were pitching in AAA last year, assortment of affiliate ball guys. You've got guys with random talents, and just all kind of high-level baseball players. I know if you remember Tanner Allen from a few years ago, National Player of the Year in college baseball, played affiliate for a while. He's playing with one of the teams right now. Jackie Bradley Jr., still doing his thing at, I think, 34, 35 years old.
That guy.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he's leading. I think he's like top 3 in hits in our league right now. He's a tough out.
He's on the clouds, right?
He is, yeah. I did break his bat. I'm just saying. That was a top. As a Red Sox fan, that was a top tier moment for myself. That was a surreal moment. But yeah, the level of talent has definitely surprised me. I mean, we got first rounders, second rounders from affiliate ball. So it's really cool to see just how it's grown since 2023, since I got here.
Yeah, definitely some great players. Former big leaguers, as he said. Coach Rack, also a Savannah Bananas. See him on TikTok all the time. Former Washington National. Made it a little bit. Just great talent all around. Another question for you. What's harder between playing baseball or entertaining fans?
I think once you kind of understand what your niche is and how your personality is going to play out on the field, it becomes easier to entertain fans. My version of that is playing multiple positions. It's really cool when I get people coming up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, I love it when you play all these different positions." And I'm like, oh, okay, that's entertaining for them. And the showmanship part of it is kind of a new area for me, but I guess I've been at it for 4 years now. But, catch, make a little celebration, strike somebody out, do something funny or corny within your group that you think is funny and authentic to yourself and your group of guys. I think that that is really funny, and the fans might find it entertaining. If they don't, whatever, it's on to the next. But yeah, it's definitely you kind of combine baseball along with that showmanship, and you get this product of banana ball that people seem to gravitate towards.
Definitely, it's definitely going well, and I'm excited for this one. If Coach Basil was giving you a scouting report today, what would he say?
Well, I got to answer that, don't I? Or does
Yeah.
he?
Both of you can answer it
At the same time? I think we'd say the same thing, to tell you the truth.
Same thing.
But here's what I think Danny would say. If you play for something bigger than yourself, for the love of the game, and you have fun playing the game, you're going to become a better player at the end of the day. And always play for something bigger than yourself. There's no advice to give to Danny. Like I said, he coached me just as much as I coached him, and that's why he became awesome. Not only somebody that I coach, but one of my best friends.
Great.
Fair enough?
Bass hit a soft spot, man. He hit a soft spot right there.
But it's true.
He couldn't have said it better myself, man. It's real. And when we're in banana ball, we're talking playing something bigger than yourself. It's easy to do that because we have all these people coming to watch us play, and people who travel for hours and take flights to come watch us play. And I mean, that puts it in perspective where you're just like, we have to put on a show. We have to, perform our best. We have to, I might, not want to go in the stands, but then, go in the stands, entertain for half an inning, go back out to the field, and you're exhausted physically and mentally, but makes it all worth it when you make, hundreds of people's days because they say, oh, I got to throw the football with, the right fielder. Oh, I got to meet this guy. Oh, I got to, sign autographs. And so makes it all worth it, entertaining and hanging out with those people and enjoying what you do. I think it shows. So.
Yeah, that would definitely be one of the best parts is the fans. But I think that wraps us today. Thank you, Basil,
Thank
for
you so
coming
much.
on.
Thank you, Danny.
Danny,
Well,
thank you
appreciate
for
everything.
letting us pepper you with questions and giving great answers. But that wraps it up for us today, and we're going to see you next week on the Nicky Show.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.